Hello guys, and welcome to episode 85 of the 10-minute modeling challenge. Hello guys, and welcome to episode 85 of the 10-minute modeling challenge. This week, still on my vacation, enjoying having some time off, but then I find it a little bit difficult not to sneak down to the computer, and I've been doing something spectacularly, amazingly fun. Been sorting out my NAS drive, because it's not really that fun, but it's a bit of a relief actually, because I've been having like backups of stuff scattered all over the place, and now I'm finally getting to organize it a little bit chronologically, so if I need footage in the future, I'll be able to go back. And I also realized that I used to record very differently from the way I record now. I used to have my camera, which is the Panasonic GH5 for anyone who's interested. I've got that one set up, and I used to record that into big video files separately, and then I did a screen capture on the side. And for a 10-minute video, usually my video file turned out with the intro and outro and everything like that and all the cutaway parts, turned out to be about 50 gigs or something. And then my screen recording was about 3 gigs. And I don't want to delete that really, so I keep all of that stuff on the NAS drive stored. So I think my 10-minute modeling challenge series is up to like, I don't know, 2 terabytes or something. But since then, let's see now, in maybe October, November last year, I don't know why I look up in the corner when I try to think about something. It's like moving the mouse cursor to the archive. And now I lost my train of thought. Let's see. We'll have to boot up again. That was a hard reset. It was a B-sod, blue screen of death. Oh yeah, but since then, it's just the gears are grinding again. And now I lost my train again. Anyway, since then, I've changed my method of recording. So now I've got OBS Studio, which I do my screen captures with. And I've actually got it set up so it's recording double width, so 3840 by 1080 pixels. So what I'm doing then is I'm recording the screen on half of the video, on the right half, and then I'm piping my GH5 camera through a HDMI cable into my computer as a video input. And then I'm recording that in the other half. And that works really great because then I have only one video file, and I've got 1080p on my video capture, on my screen capture, and I got 1080p for my video footage, but it's in the same video file, so it's pretty synced up. And I'm recording the audio into the camera itself. It's a little Rode Video Mic Micro or something. But I'm also recording it into an NTG3 microphone, which is a shotgun microphone right above my head here. So I'm recording that audio also into the same video file. So nowadays, my 10-minute modeling challenge videos are about 3 to 4 gigs, including the screen capture and my video. I've replaced my chair as well, from one IKEA chair to another one. And this one doesn't have the high backrest, which is pretty cool, but it's still got a backrest. I can lean on it, but it doesn't make all them squeaky noises. So I'm happy about that. That was a bit of a blind purchase, purchasing the pig in the sack, because I didn't know what it sounded like from the pictures on the website, but I'm happy to say that it's pretty quiet. For episode 85 of the 10-minute modeling challenge, I'm going to be modeling a timber truck. So one of those old school lorries. I want to do like an old 18-wheeler, but it's not going to have 18 wheels, I don't think. But it's going to have the old style look with a big, I don't know, beefy front end, and then carry some logs. That's the idea anyway. Low poly, no surprise. 85 is coming down. Ready, steady, go, and we're off. Yes, it's sticking down. Tab into edit mode. Let's move it up. Let's see from the side so I can actually see. Maybe to there, and then we'll do extrude here for the bonnet or the front, the hood. Extrude up, and then cabin thing here. E to extrude. They have like a little raised back here. I don't know what that's for. And here I'm going to do this inset method. Oh, we have to do auto mirror, of course. It's going to be a mirrored truck. I to inset now. And I'm going to do this method. Oh no, okay, I need it longer here in the front first. There we go. I to inset. Control R to loop cut here. And then we'll do, let's see, I'll do C for circle select. Select all the side here. Deselect these two. E to extrude this one, and that's going to be the shape of the truck. It's too big here, so let's bring this down, and then bring these down, like that. Control R, scale Z0 to flatten those out. And then here, I'll just give it some more space, get those old school flary wheel arches. There we go. So that's taking shape. Now we'll do the front maybe a little bit pokier like that. Should we bring this down as well? Like this? Maybe not. Just the front there. How are we doing? 839. Okay, so now I'm going to Control R here. If that's a verb. And then let's extrude these into some sort of a, I don't know, like the wheel arches again. Well, I want to point it. I think they're like pointier, like this in the front. And should we make it blue, just for the sake of it? The fire truck was red, so let's make this one blue. There we go. And here, I think I'll bring these down to some fiddly. I have to get the feel for the look now, which I'm not actually getting. So I'll just have to go with the flow. Here, let's put some sort of a bonnet shape on this as well. E to extrude, S to scale. Okay, let's put a bumper here. Actually, before that, maybe I'll just colorize this to make it a little bit different. There we go. C to circle, select this. G, should we make that like a rubber type of dark color there? Maybe the bottom here. Feels like I'm wasting time. We're not going to be looking at the bottom here, but let's make that black or dark gray. Okay, this one needs to come down. I'll just have to wing it now a little bit. This time is not going to allow me to do too much detail. Okay, now let's put the bumper here. So I'll just grab these, Shift D to duplicate it, E to extrude, right click, bring that into there. And make the bumper here L. No, we're not going to make it L, we're going to make it gray. Put a grill, big grill here for steaks, barbecue. Not really. Scale, E to extrude, and should make that big and shiny, chrome-like. I have a feeling I'm going to forget headlights unless I do this now, so let's put headlights on here as well. Shift D, duplicate, scale, Z, E to extrude. Weird headlights, but that's okay. We're dealing with the time pressure here. So let's just make them white. Okay, 639. I haven't even started on the back or the logs or anything. So we have to tint this windscreen. Otherwise, it's not going to be very aerodynamic. G to move that on. And here we are. Okay, this is not. B for boundary. E to extrude. I to inset. E to extrude. Let's make this the old school, like cyan or white here, like reflective there. Okay, let's put some sort of we need to put wheels and stuff on. I'm starting to feel the pressure now. Stress is creeping up. Let's go E to extrude. Control plus. Scale 0. Let's make that a gray. And we have to put the wheels on. So maybe I'll do that first actually, so I know how far to extend it. So Shift right click there, Shift A, cylinder. Want to keep the low poly look. So I'm going to go for 16. Scale them down. A, scale 0 on the left to get the UV colors down. 540. Rotate. Y, 90. That's why I always say that. It's the most boring joke in the world. I have to think of new ones. I'm incapable of that, but it's okay. Scale X, bring it out to there. Okay, I to inset, E to extrude, S to scale, I to inset, E to extrude. You've seen me done wheels before, so no change there. Side view, Shift D, and then we'll put a couple of wheels here. There we go. Maybe there. And then we'll extend the bed here now. Scale X. Oh, no. I'll just have to do it like this, I think. Okay. And then now I'm going to do the trailer. So I'll come back for some details there later on. We need a trailer of some sort. So Shift D. Let's move that up. E to extrude. And actually, I should put the wheels all the way. Where should the wheels be then? I'm going to do everything in the same object for now, but let's put 3 wheels all the way back here. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know, is this too long? Is it too short? I don't know. What accent was that? Weird one. E to extrude, so we can get like E to extrude. E to extrude, so we can E to extrude. Okay. Okay, that can just be like that. 418. I have to put some of this log retaining things now. So Shift D, duplicate, scale Y, G to move it. Scale it up a bit, and they have to be a bit stronger. E to extrude, S to scale, and L to colorize that, or select the linked. And now just let's go side view. Shift D, duplicate. Oh, wait, what happened? Say L to select link. Shift D, duplicate. Shift D, and I don't have time to do this with precision, so that's gonna have to do. Okay, let's see, 339. I need to put some logs, but first I think I'm gonna put some more detail. Rotate X 90. No, rotate Y 90. Oh, that wasted time. Rotate X 90. Rotate. Okay, Z 90. Rotate rotate Z90. That took so much longer than it should have. E to extrude. And that's some sort of a, I don't know what it is. It's like petrol storage, is it? Rotate X90. I saw that on a picture before I got started. I actually Googled just old school timber truck to see what they look like. E to extrude, S to scale, E to... What happened then? E to extrude. And E to extrude, rotate, control right click, rotate, control right click, scale. I don't know, rotate. There we go. And should we put a... Got two... I don't have much time to do logs here. Scale. Okay. E to extrude. Okay, that's gonna have to do there. And let's put Shift D, scale, move it in, E to extrude. I have to do the logs as well. Oh, I've switched off clipping. Not a good move. There we go. Shift D, I'll put a number plate on as well. No number plate in the front for some reason. That fell off. L, E, and a tail light, scale. So I don't get... Oh, I'll take this one instead, scale. So I can keep clipping on so I don't forget it. E to extrude. I have to put logs on. There's no timber truck here without logs, unless it's just been to dump them all. That's... Okay, this number plate's too big. Got 2 minutes to make logs now. So let's steal that one. Shift D, rotate, Z90. This time I got it right. Scale, scale up, and E to extrude. L, G, and I'm gonna do P here. Separated by selection. Select the log because I don't want them mirrored now. So I'll take away the mirror modifier and then tab into edit mode. 8, select everything. G, make it brown. Now I'm stressed. Let's do I to inset, E to extrude, I to inset, E to extrude, and I'm gonna colorize this like as if it's like inside the bark here. Maybe like that. And then I've got 1 minute to go. Control R, loop cut that on quite a bit. Let's try this L, I'm gonna do F3 randomize. That should do, and then let's do proportional. So that just randomized the mesh a little bit. Proportional is on. L to... Did they change the color of these? I want to change them more because I want to have it different. So I've got 52 seconds. G. So Shift D to duplicate, Shift D to duplicate. Let's just grab a few of these. Wheel to change the proportional editing here. Let's make big logs so it fills up a bit faster. Maybe that one's a bit shorter. And I don't want to make them all look alike here. L to select the link, Shift D, G to grab and move, Shift D, rotate, Y, G, G. I've got proportional on there so we can wonkify these logs. That's a new verb. I think I've used that in the past actually. Rotate, Y. We've got 13 seconds to go. And I don't have enough logs. Rotate, rotate, Z, Z, Y. Rotate, G, 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 G. I've got 1 second to go. That's it. Stressful. Okay, they're overlapping a bit there, but that's okay. They're compressed into each other. But so this is the final truck. Now we'll do some... Is it flashing? No. It's recording at least. So let's just allow ourselves some tinkering time then. Let's just tidy this up a little bit. L to select the linked here. Scale that one down. You can just fix this a little bit. L to select the linked. G. I've got proportional on again. G. 3. There we go. Just getting the worst bits out. G. I've got proportional on there. So the tip this week is use proportional to edit logs. Very good. If you want to make them a little bit different. And if I would have had time, I would have probably scaled them up and scaled them down and changed maybe like ring select there with the Alt G. So change them a little bit like that. Maybe you'd put some straps on them as well. I don't know what the best way to put straps across them would have been, but they don't need straps, do they? They're like contained in this thing. And then this is looking way too flat, so this one should have been different somehow. Maybe select a few of those. Okay, you can actually edit this with proportional on. That's another tip. So sometimes when you do vehicles and stuff, it's easy to not use proportional. But sometimes I leave it on, because then you can change the whole shape of the car like this. without too much effort. Rotate. Okay. Apparently, don't leave it on. No, you can. G, let's move this one. Control select to here. G, move it up. So there we go. You can use a bit. Make it a bit different. So proportional is still on here. Play around a bit. So there we go. Rotate Z. Oh, that log is going way too much into that log, so G. Other than that, I think maybe some more details here would have been good too. I probably would have done like those things at the top here. Maybe like that could have been maybe darker to make it more interesting. Break up the shapes a little bit. And maybe like a light ramp here at the top. Scale, E to extrude, or something anyway, to make it look a little bit more interesting. L, change that to gray. Be like Shift D, duplicate that one too. So if you get big areas of plain polygons, maybe it's worth just putting some stuff there. Doesn't really matter what it is, I think. Just this one, it was, imagine that there was like a little chauffeur's, like, you know, like a cap thing there for the sun glare or something. And then on this one, you could have put, if I do proportional off, Shift D, scale it. Let's see, front view, G, move it down to there. The horns could be here. E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale, Control R, scale that one down, okay. I'm doing Alt Shift, but I think it's actually only Alt, isn't it? Yeah, Alt. I don't know why I always hold Shift at the same time. You don't really need to do that. So I to inset, E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale. So they've got horns here, don't they, when they want to beep on someone? Those big foghorn type things. G to move that on, Shift D to duplicate it. That grill is for, like, it's a poor man's grill. So that should have probably been a little bit bigger. Like, you throw a hog on there, like a wild boar or something. Maybe you can even make it a little bit more interesting looking like that. Some aggressive. So if the time would have allowed, I would have done something like that. And probably something here as well. Shift D, duplicate that one. Oh, okay, we don't want to duplicate that one too, but scale, E to extrude. Again, just to break up those big areas where there's big blocks of the same color. That could have been like where you step. Control R, E to extrude. Move that one. Scale Z or something. I don't know. Like a step. There we go. And a door handle, maybe. This is the longest tinkering time in the history of 10mmC now. Let's just pretend this was all inside the 10 minutes now. If I fast forward this, I wonder if anyone would notice if I increase the speed a little bit, just increase it by like 20% or something and fit this in. And then I'll just keep the pitch rate of my speech. I'm trying to think of ways to cheat now, 85 episodes in. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that, of course. But that's what it could have looked like. And again, there was a big area with plainness. So I probably would have done something there too. Maybe that could have been some Control R. I say half sentences and then I just, like, maybe that could have been Control R. Like no one would notice. My son keeps pointing that out to me, like, Papa or Dad, why do you speak like half sentences? You just stop. You just go, have you seen that film? What is it? And then my brain just shuts down. I was looking at the Blender website before, and considering I do a lot of Blender on this channel, it's quite funny when I think about it, because when you look at the features that Blender has got, it's got rendering. Don't really do much of that. Maybe like 1% of my time is spent rendering, since I mostly model objects that I bring into a game engine like Unity. Modeling, I do a lot of modeling, but I only do low poly modeling, so I'm only touching the surface of what Blender is capable of in terms of modeling. There's so many things that you could make use out of in addition to the low poly methods here. Sculpting, another thing, could be amazingly fun to learn a lot about that. Animation and rigging, I do a little bit of that since I rig a lot of my low poly characters, but not very advanced stuff. Grease pencil, I haven't even used it. VFX, never really touched that so much. Simulation, haven't touched that. Pipeline, I actually bought some stuff from Real Illusions very recently. They had a good deal, but I haven't touched any of that stuff. Video editing, I don't even know why it's in there, because I think they should just focus on 3D modeling stuff, and rendering. Scripting, I've done a little tiny bit about that, but Python, it's the weirdest programming language as I've ever come across, so I don't even know why it exists. And then interface, well, I've used that. So it's quite funny how little tiny bit of Blender stuff that I'm actually using so far. It's so much potential to learn. That's the way you should look at it. I like sticking in my comfortable zone here of just doing some low poly stuff for now, but in the future I might expand a little bit and do other stuff, but I'm too hooked on low poly stuff and creating simple objects. Just love it. So have a great week, and come back next Thursday for another 10-minute modeling challenge. It's going to be episode 86 then, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.